So I'm going to make a couple Christmas presents for my son. So I won't be uploading these videos until after New Year's probably. But first thing I'm going to make is a couple of marking gauges. I'm going to make one for myself while I'm at it. And I'm going to make them out of some firewood I got out of my firewood pile. I made these two pieces the same way, and they're 3/4 of an inch square by 6 inches long. I used my stacked dado head cutter in my table saw to cut a groove that was about 1/4 inch deep and a little narrower than my cross pieces. By turning the piece around and then running it through again, I wound up with a dado that was perfectly centered on the base plate. You could do this with a router or maybe even just a regular blade in a table saw if you nibbled away at it. I got it to where the cross piece fit pretty tight, but I think with some sanding and a little paste wax it'll fit pretty well. I cut a through mortise in my cross pieces on the router table using a 1/4 inch bit. I'm using some stop blocks clamped to the fence to mark where the ends of the mortise should be. By raising the bit a little bit each pass, I was able to cut the mortise all the way through the pieces. After some sanding, they're turning out pretty good. Not too bad for a piece of firewood. I used a countersinking bit to drill a hole through from this side of the base piece, and then a 5/32 drill bit to make it bigger, because I'm going to thread a number 10 brass machine screw from the bottom side and actually thread the wood to hold it in there. Used a whole bunch of different sanding strips and things to get into the little gaps. This is also a 5/32 hole. Looks like I need to sand that a little bit more. I'm using little roller pins. I like to call them split pins because I don't know if you can see it. They're split all along their length. I don't know what they're officially called, but I'm going to use these as my little sharp points, my scribes, and they can always be pulled out and replaced because I'm just going to put them in with a friction fit. They didn't turn out too bad from a piece of firewood. Here's the original piece I cut them out of. If you're not a woodworker, you're probably not aware of what a marking gauge is for, and they're designed to set a depth. And then you can scribe a line across any piece of wood. Anyhow, hope you had a Merry Christmas. We'll get through this.